Chapter 5, Distress Call. Now playing as Eos. You stand beside your brother and several members of the crew, staring at the wreckage of the unmarked ship through the viewport. That ship doesn't have any long-range weapons. What's a small civilian cruiser doing out here on its own? Maybe it got caught in the war zone. Carrie's eyes widen. He exhales slowly to center himself, then turns to you. Eos, I need you and Zekei to go and check the ship for survivors. Before you can respond, Sol moves between you and Carrie.
Captain Elara, interacting with a damaged vessel is highly dangerous. Artemis will not approve.
Artemis doesn't give orders to the marshals. It's their job to investigate external threats, especially if they affect the Atlas.
But listen, you can say, I'm with the captain on this. Well, we don't take orders from any of you. He's calm enough. Listen, I'm with the captain on this. It's our job to keep the Atlas and its inhabitants safe.
Thank you, Eos. Good luck. You call to You call to Zekei over your shoulder.
Zekei, come on. Time to prove yourself as a marshal.
Here goes everything. Arriving at the hangar, you and Zekei hurry towards your marshal fighters. Each ship is already idling, ready for launch.
Eos, are you sure I'm ready for this?
Absolutely. You can either say, follow my lead, but try not to screw it up, or you're a fantastic pilot. I think
Absolutely, you're a fantastic pilot. You've been training for years. You've got this.
You're right. I've been preparing for this. Thanks, Eos. That helps.
That's what I'm here for. Besides our candy.
As you open your ship's cockpit, something metallic clatters to the ground at Zekei's feet. Oh no, it's a diamond crab. We forgot to. Oh, I'm not even gonna do it. It's another where you can smell it from a mile away. Like, oh no, these super cool, great guns that would be so useful are not attached to the ship. We just need to attach them to the ship. I mean, I think I spent more time clicking through each of these when I first did the video because I was like, wait a second, this isn't part of the plot, this is just you trying to get me to pay for something. I don't know. I think that's another reason why people didn't like this book, because so many of the diamond choices were, as you can tell, what I call diamond grabs, where it's just like from a mile away you can see that it veers super far away from the plot and it's just like, but wait, here's a random pet or item. Anyway, as you and Zekei climb into your ships, you see worry written all over his face. You fly your ships out of the hangar bay and around the side of the Atlas.
How's it feel to be flying your very own marshal ship?
Zekei's voice comes in through your comm system, and his image appears on your holo screen. Even better than I imagined. Oh, whoops. My YouTube notification just came up. Close that out, sorry. The damaged ship comes into view.
Dallas has already tried communicating with the ship, but no response. Let's give it one more shot.
Press the broadcast button to your left.
Unidentified vessel, Marshal Elara of the Vanguard speaking. We received a distress signal and here, to offer assistance. Do you copy?
As you wait for a response, you notice that the ship's defense systems are flashing in erratic bursts and seem to be malfunctioning.
Eos, my scanners are picking up a life form! We gotta help!
Zekei starts to fly closer, but as he does, you notice the ship's automated defense systems initiating.
Zekei, look out!
You watch as the ship's guns pull back in preparation to fire. Shoot his guns. Quickly blast the other ship's guns before they can fire.
Whew. Got him.
That was close. On your command, you and Zekei each fire a harpoon into the side of the damaged ship, then tow it back to the Atlas. Once you've gotten the damaged ship inside the hangar, you and Zekei hop out of your fighters.
We got the ship inside without scratching the Atlas!
You throw your arm around Zekei's shoulders in quote-unquote camaraderie.
You're already making the galaxy safer.
Zekei beams, and his cyber lines seem to glow even brighter. Aww, crap. You release your partner, then climb up onto the unmarked ship. It takes up most of the bottom level of the hangar bay.
Time to see what we've got here.
You pry the door open to the cockpit to find a smoking pile of debris, sparking loose wires, and an Apri pilot with shards of metal protruding from her skin.
Zekei, calm Carrie, tell him we need a medic.
What did... The pilot's eyes close as Carrie bursts into the hangar bay.
I saw everything from the bridge. Is she still alive?
You press your fingers to the unconscious Apri's neck and feel a weak pulse as her shimmering aura flickers.
She's still breathing, but we're gonna need to act fast. I'll get a stretcher from the emergency compartment.
You carefully cut the pilot loose from her restraints, then pull her limp body into your arms.
Give me a hand, Zekei.
Zekei's eyes widen at the sight of her.
There's so much blood.
He begins backing away, horrified, and you can either say, Zekei, snap out of it, or take a deep breath. I don't know. It's his first mission. Eos likes him. He knows how it is.
Zekei, take a deep breath.
Oh, whoops. It took a long time to deliberate over it the first time, I guess.
You've got this.
Zekei lets out a long, jagged breath.
Right? I can do this.
Zekei hurries over and helps you hold the Apri as you climb off the ship. You then lower her onto the stretcher together.
I scanned her vitals. They're not good. I'll get into the med bay and alert them that we're coming.
Carrie rushes off, pushing the stretcher ahead of him.
Shouldn't we go with him?
You put a comforting hand on Zekei's shoulder.
It's out of our hands now.
He looks down at the blood speckled across the hangar bay floor.
The Apri was trapped in there, bleeding. Well, I was worried about myself. I should have gotten her out faster.
You can't think like that. You did the best you could.
I don't know if I can take this waiting. Wondering if everything's gonna be okay. It's nothing worse than waiting. It makes you feel helpless. Sounds like you know the feeling.
You nod, letting out a puff of air.
Way more than I'd like to. I usually try to do something to take my mind off of it, or I drive myself crazy.
As you glance up at the ceiling of the hangar bay, you're reminded of something.
I saw that there was an activity room on board. I don't know. Eos.
You nudge his shoulder with yours.
I heard they even have
Trido Saber.
No way. I haven't played that since we were kids.
Oh, I bet I could beat you as easily as I did back then.
I've learned a thing or two since then, Eos.
Oh, do it, come on. Elara Brothers Love Triangle drama with Zekei 4K19. Time we find out if I can still knock your name off the scoreboard.
You're awfully cocky for someone so rusty.
You give Zekei a big crooked smile. You know it's charming. Zekei lowers his gaze.
Maybe a little.
You lead Zekei through the ship until you reach the activity room.
Whoa, I can't believe I didn't know this room was here.
I checked out the blueprints of the ship before we came on board. Didn't want any surprises. As you look around, you notice the Trido Saber game, with a large holosign across the screen.
Out of order! It says it can only be rebooted remotely by someone with restricted access.
I'll handle this. You press the service button and watch as a three-dimensional projection of Argo appears.
Hello, Marshal Elara. Marshal Zekei. How might I be of service this fine day?
Argo, you can either say, my brother, the captain, wants this game working, or your sense of style is flawless, or I hear your customer service legend. I kind of like all of these a lot.
Argo, your sense of style is flawless. The bow tie really makes your eyes pop.
Argo straightens his tie with pride.
Why, thank you for noticing, Marshal Elara. I recently polished it.
I'm sure fixing this game would be easy for you with your state-of-the-art programming.
Indeed it would. I'll see to it as quickly as my circuits will allow.
You end the comm and find Zekei staring defeatedly at the glowing sculptures overhead.
Looks like we got stuck waiting anyway.
Don't worry, there's plenty to do in here. You walk over to one of the exercise machines. We could do some training. Strengthening your body can help you feel more in control. Feeling like I can punch through a wall always makes me feel better. Zekei picks up one of the weights and rolls it back and forth over his palms.
I can't stop thinking about the pilot.
He sighs and looks up at you searchingly, his eyes glassy.
I thought that becoming a marshal meant that I could save everyone. I feel just as helpless as I did before.
Zekei, I wish we got special powers to ensure no one ever got hurt, but we've got to do the best we can with what we've got. Zekei nods, squeezing the weight in his fist. Did I ever tell you about my first day on the job?
No, what happened?
I was assigned to find survivors on the battlefield after a Vanguard military outpost was attacked by the Elara. Honestly, you can either say it scared me to see all those bodies, it put things in perspective, or the asshole answer of it made me rethink the stew I ate for lunch. No, just say, honestly, it scared me to see all those bodies. I wasn't prepared for what that looked like, seeing people injured, or dead. Isn't something you can ever be ready for.
I don't think I'll ever get used to it.
It never gets easier, but I think it's important that it doesn't. Once we stop seeing them as anything other than individuals, we lose our sense of compassion. You swing idly from one of the bars above your head. After that first mission, though, my partner was really shaken up.
I didn't know you had another partner before me.
You nod, studying the patterns on the carpet beneath your feet. We were recruits together before we became partners. Oberon and I, you can either say we were inseparable or the one you know I want. Oberon and I, we were more than just work partners. We had to keep our relationship a secret, but that just made it more fun.
I don't think there's anyone who doesn't want to be with you, no matter the risks.
Jeez, Zekei. You hover just above the ground, gripping the bar with both hands. The reason I've never brought him up before is it didn't end well. I had to make a split-second decision, but after I didn't handle things the way I should have.
I've always known you to make the right choices, Eos. I doubt anyone could have done things better.
A loud whir fills the room as Trido Saber jolts back to life. Your battle begins now. The game is fixed. Time to see if you're all talk.
We'll see. I'm determined to beat you this time.
You each step up to the game and grab one of the polycarbonate sabers. Get ready to see the monster in action. The music starts and holographic discs fly toward you. You ready your saber as the first one approaches. But I'm gonna have him fuck it up as always. Fuck it up, fuck it up. You aim upward and miss the disc completely. It passes through you, knocking points off your score. Looks like I'm a little out of practice. Next disc rockets towards you. You hold out your saber and you fuck it up, and you fuck it up. Your saber passes through empty air. The holographic disc moves through you, removing points from your score. That could have gone down. Beside you, Zekei swings his saber wildly, missing disc after disc.
How am I gonna beat you if I can't even hit one?
You can either tease him about his skills, or you know I'm gonna go Patrick Swayze Ghost when that's the option. Yeah, baby. Click it. Okay. Yeah. I'll show you. You move behind Zekei so you can position his hands with yours. Hold your arm steady, like this. He presses his arm against yours, following your lead. Like this. Exactly. Now rotate your wrist like this. Oh, and you get a little plus Zekei heart point, but Eos's romance hearts are like a dark red. That's cute that each sibling has a different... Oh, anyway. I like that. Okay, Zekei moves with you, his saber slicing through the air. And chopping the incoming disc in two. I did it! Say, all you needed was a little help from the expert. As the countdown starts for the second round of the game, Zekei turns to you with a grateful smile.
Thanks for taking me here, Eos. This really helped take my mind off of everything.
Don't thank me. I just wanted to see if I could still decimate you with Trido Saber. Zekei laughs, shaking his head at you. I should have known. You give Zekei's arm a gentle squeeze. In all seriousness, I needed this too. I've really missed having a partner to share things with.
I can't imagine going through this alone.
You'll never have to.
You've always been there for me, Eos. It's nice to know some things haven't changed.
The music for the second round starts up, and you flash Zekei a playful grin. Within moments, you're swinging your sabers in graceful arcs, your body's moving in perfect rhythm. Now playing as Carrie. You sprint into the medical bay, pushing the pilot on the stretcher as quickly as you can. We need some help over here! Aramli rushes over to you, his hands crackling with lightning as he lifts the Apri up into his muscular arms.
We have to stabilize her. Clear off that operating table over there.
Got it? As you sweep an assortment of medical items to the ground, he slides the injured pilot onto the table.
Is she gonna make it?
The medic quickly inputs commands into his data screen, and together you watch as orange light encases the Apri. A magnetic substance begins to surround the metal shards protruding from her skin.
She's sedated, and the shards are being removed. It will take a few minutes, but the immediate danger has passed. Now that we have a moment, you must be the new captain I've heard so much about.
You strain your neck to take in the full height and muscular frame of the medic, who, again, I'm picturing as like a literally inhuman level of tall and large. That's right. I'm Captain Carrie Elara. Are you gonna hit on him super boldly, or are you gonna be like, thanks for being a great employee? I mean, I don't know. Someone's like fully bleeding out and almost dying, so I don't think it's polite to be like, ooh, I wish I was gonna die too. Since that's literally the line, you make me wish I needed medical attention, even though that's kind of what I want to click. Glad to have a capable medic like you on board.
Meridian, now, if you'll excuse me, I have a lot of work to do.
Meridian turns his back to you and picks up a slender surgical instrument.
Oh,
I trust you can find your way out. After all, this is your ship. As you exit the room back into the corridor, you knit your eyebrows together in confusion.
Do you think Meridian was mocking me, V?
I don't think so. Why would anyone mock you? You're fantastic.
Before you can respond, Sol rounds the corner with a determined look on his face.
Captain Elara, I need to speak with you. Is something wrong? I saw on the data screens that the injured pilot is wearing an unmarked uniform.
Yes, but
we cannot allow an unknown element to remain on the Atlas. She is a threat to the luxury atmosphere and possibly to the well-being of our passengers.
Sol, and you can either say, I'm the captain here, you need to let me do my job, or, well, Sol,
it's a good point. Thank you for your assessment. I'll have to figure something out if she recovers.
Sol fidgets uncomfortably.
Captain Elara, you should know that my role as first officer requires me to report this to Artemis immediately.
Just then, Pax comes bounding down the corridor with a goofy grin on her face.
Carrie, I just saw the pilot's ship in the hangar on my data screen.
She latches onto your arm excitedly.
It's so stellar, I'm dying to get a closer look.
You turn away from Sol and wave your hand dismissively at your sister.
I'm in the middle of something, Pax. Do whatever you want.
Woo, thanks, bro. This is so exciting.
Pax skips away as you turn back to Sol, only to find yourself alone in the corridor. Sol? Just then, the door to the medical bay opens again.
Our mystery guest is out of the asteroid belt for now, but it'll be a while before she's able to hold a conversation.
Glad to hear she's stable.
Thanks, Meridian. No thanks necessary. Treating the injured is what I do.
You cough and adopt a more professional tone.
Yes. Good work. I overheard you and Sol earlier.
You don't have to worry. I'm sure the priest who injured to plan a hostile takeover the med bay. Sol was just being overly cautious.
I don't know if he was. In the war, I'd occasionally see unmarked uniforms on patients brought to the hospital. It was never a good sign.
A soft yet insistent chime begins to go off inside the medical bay. Meridian sighs.
I'd love to talk more, but that's a heart monitor.
Given the way we found her, she's lucky to be alive.
I'll need to prepare another treatment to keep her blood pressure down.
He starts to head back through the door, then pauses and glances at you.
If you're not needed elsewhere, I wouldn't mind having some company while I work.
Mix it up with Meridian? I don't know. Let her go. Get back to work, Carrie. Maybe next time. I don't want to get in your way.
Don't worry. I make a habit of not letting anything get in my way.
You watch as he heads back into the medical bay, barely hiding a smile flourishing across his lips. The next morning, you stride out onto the bridge and find Sol putting away several cultural customs handbooks. Books! Not a data screen, they're fucking books? Like it's 2019 and we already have... Okay. Anyway. Good morning, Sol. Have you spoken to Artemis yet? He clears his throat.
Captain Elara,
Meridian races into the room, his eyes bright.
The pilot's awake!
You let out a jagged breath.
Time to find out who she is.